Welcome back to another edition of the Miles High Club. We are here. We are live. I'm super excited because look, this weekend, this Sunday actually, is going to be my 1 year anniversary of getting married. Could you believe it? I can't. It's so fast. I remember if you guys were here last year, obviously you know that I got married and it was a glorious time. So I'm super happy to be here. I'm super happy she's still with me, guys and girls. She's still with me. But it is a Sunday. We are doing an anniversary thing. Guys, men out there in the world, if you're getting married, if you got married, always date. That's the thing. That's the key to keeping a great marriage. I think we're always having fun. We're always doing something. Make sure you keep dating throughout the marriage. Even though I'm only 1 year in, we've been together since for 9 years. So you can take my advice as you want. It's up to you, not me. But before we get into the picks, you got to pay the bills. Got to pay the bills. Game Face Grooming. Go get yourself some shower mist. You know what I mean? Ooh, that eucalyptus smell is delicious. But enough about the bills. Enough about my life story. I know you guys are here for the picks. So let's get into them. Miami versus Buffalo. This game's not a hard game to pick. I mean, barring any injuries, Buffalo Bills are going to beat them by 1,000. So the Dolphins just put 70 something on us 2-3 years ago. That's the same thing about to happen this week. The Buffalo Bills are going to go crazy. Then we got Atlanta at Carolina. I've been not a believer in Carolina throughout the year. A lot of people got a little hype for Bryce Young still last year, how he did. But I got Atlanta here. Their team is looking decent. Kyle Pitts is getting some catches. I'm just saying this team is looking all right. So I like the Falcons here to win beat the Carolina Panthers. Green Bay at Cleveland. Green Bay is. I didn't think Michael Parsons was going to be this big of a difference for the team. Not going to lie to you guys, but this guy, he makes their entire team just play better. They're getting after the ball. They are just, and the offense just looks better. Everything about the Green Bay Packers right now is just heightened. This is what the Green Bay Packers were looking for. They're looking for a superstar to change their trajectory for a Super Bowl. And fun fact, every single Packer that won a Super Bowl, other than the one way back when, like the most recent Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers, as well as Jordan Love, they were all 27 when they won their first Super Bowl and their only Super Bowl. And Jordan Love turns 27 this year. I don't know if it's conspiracy theory, but just to let you guys know, it's definitely a thing. So, but I do think the Packers beat the Cleveland Browns here. Jacksonville versus Houston. This game, I was going back and forth. If you see my notes, you'll see that I've literally went back and forth. I've circled both names multiple times. And ultimately, you know what I ended up with? I think the Texans are just not it this year. It's just not it. I don't know why. I just don't think it. And I like the Jacksonville Jaguars to beat the Houston Texans. It sounds crazy. I don't know if that's an upset. I don't know who's favored to win this, to be honest. But I'm guessing a lot of people pick Houston. But I'm taking the Jacksonville Jaguars to beat the Texans here. And then another game after this. Cincinnati Bengals versus Minnesota Vikings. Another game I went back and forth. It's Carson Wentz versus Jake Browning. You're throwing a dart at a board and hoping you hit something. This game is so up in the air because I have no. Jake Browning has proved himself to be really good with the Bengals, but he also threw 3 picks last week. They did beat the Jacksonville Jaguars. I don't know. I like the Minnesota Vikings. I like Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz, I think, is going to have a decent game, even though he looked terrible against the Broncos last year, but we were one of the number one defenses out there, and the Bengals defense is not good. So I'm taking the Minnesota Vikings to beat the Bengals. It's going to be an interesting game. It could go the other way very easily, but I got the Vikings winning here. Pittsburgh going into New England. New England looks a little better than the week one, but I still don't believe in. I I don't believe in the Patriots yet. Not yet. So I'm taking the Steelers to beat the Pittsburgh. Whoops. Steelers to beat the Patriots. Because I just think Aaron Rodgers is going to have a coming back to life, and they're not going to be stupid and let the ball go over Caleb Johnson. Caleb Johnson, I don't know what's going on. I thought you're going to have a lot better year this year, Caleb Johnson, but I don't know what they do. They just don't love you. They love Kenneth Gainwell. But I got the Steelers beating the Patriots here. Then Rams going into Philly. This game last year, we saw it. The Rams almost won at the end of the game. I think there was like a minute and a half left, and then Jalen Carter came in and it disrupted the play. Even though you had Matthew Stafford, it just stay in there a little bit longer, just take the hit. But that's not easier said than done. I promise you. Never been a quarterback. Never will be a quarterback. That's a lie. I was a quarterback, but I never threw the ball. Fun fact. I was D team back in the day when I was like 8. Anyways, Philadelphia Eagles. I think we're going to beat the Rams. What I've learned from last year's 2 meetings that the Rams and the Eagles had, that they cannot stop Saquon Barkley. And if they could stop Saquon Barkley this game, I take the Rams. But I just don't think they're going to be able to stop him. I think Saquon Barkley is going to have one of those games this week. I mean, I think he's going to have one of those games. So I take Saquon Barkley to beat the Rams. Not the Eagles. I take Saquon Barkley to beat the Rams. And then I got the New York Jets versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I mean, I don't know where. I hope all the haters are gone now, but Tampa Baker Mayfield, the GOAT, he's himmy. He's a freak, and no Justin Fields this week, so I'm taking Tampa Bay over the Jets, and it might get ugly. Yeah, I mean, starters might be out by the 4th. I don't know. I don't know. Then the Colts versus Tennessee. I'm not going against Colts. Never going against Colts anymore. Not until Daniel Jones proves me wrong. I'm taking the Colts over Tennessee Titans. Tennessee Titans, you looked all right. Cam Ward had a couple good plays last week. Risky throw by Cam Ward, but it happened. It worked out for him. But I like the Colts this week. The Colts, I doubted them as a Broncos fan. Personally, I thought, we're going to lock them up and shut down Daniel Jones, bring him back down to earth. No, he throws for 314 yards against the Broncos. It was ugly. So I got the Colts beating the Tennessee Titans. And then the next game is I got Vegas at Washington. I don't know if Jaden Daniels is going to play yet, but I'm putting this video out before this decision is made. So I still don't like the Las Vegas Raiders. Jaden Smith looked terrible. But so I got the Commanders winning here against the Las Vegas Raiders. So I just don't believe in the Raiders. I think Geno Smith is not good. They had that whole Tom Brady thing, him sitting in the booth, blah, 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 whatever that means. But yeah, I got the Commanders beating the Las Vegas Raiders. Please, Jaden Daniels play. So this pick can look good later on in my life. And then I got the Saints versus Seattle. Again, I don't think I'm picking the Saints all year. I just don't believe in them. So I'm taking the Seattle Seahawks to beat the Saints. And the Seattle Seahawks looked pretty decent against the Steelers last week. So I'm just saying, Saints, you're going to have double-digit losses. You're probably going to 3 to 4 games that I'm probably not going to pick for you to win. But you do play the Panthers this year, so you might get one of those. So that's the thing. But I do like Sam Darnold right now. I do believe he'll be better on the Vikings. But Jackson Smith, he's looking decent. He's looking decent with them. Cooper Kupp having an all right year. So I like Seattle because their defense is really good. Personally, Michael McDonald is a great defensive mind. So I like Seattle to beat the Saints pretty convincingly, actually. Dallas at Chicago. This game is interesting because the Chicago of the first half against the Vikings. I mean, you convince me that they can beat any team, in the NFL. But then the Chicago of after that first half of the first game of the year, they suck. But Dallas just let the Giants and Russell Wilson throw 400 something yards. Like, this is an interesting game. Like, I could easily see, again, this being a high scoring game. And I don't know what the over is, but take it. Take the over on this game. But I have Dallas winning beating Chicago, but take the over. Whatever it is, take it. I don't care if it's 57. It's going over 60 probably. So I might even put that bet in, just a money line, a regular bet. So I got the Dallas beating Chicago. And then we got the Cardinals versus the 49ers. Don't look now. Cardinals are going to go 3-0. Cardinals starting off the year 3-0. It's happening. The Cardinals are starting off the year 3-0. I know it. You know it. I know it. We know it. They're decent. They're not bad. They're not great, but they're not bad. And the 49ers, Mac Jones had a great first game. I don't know. I just don't like. I don't like Mac Jones. Never did like Mac Jones. So I just don't believe in him. So I'm taking Kyler Murray and the boys over the 49ers. Kansas City Chiefs over the Giants. Kansas City gets the first win. I mean, it's Giants looked great last week, but Kansas City gets their first win, and I mean, if they lose this game, I'm the happiest man alive. I mean, I'm already happy that they're starting off 0-2 because they're putting them really in the back burner of not winning our division. But yeah, I don't see how they don't get their first win here. So I got the Chiefs winning here against the Giants. And then Detroit, Monday Night Football going into Baltimore. I don't see this game being that good. I think Baltimore is going to, you know what I mean? Just let me just wipe my hands with this one. It's all over. Pretty double-digit win. Nothing against Detroit, but I just think the Ravens are locked in this year. They had that rough first game, but they're putting over 40 points in this game. Again, another game I put the over on for sure. Put the over on. So yeah, I like Lamar Jackson and the boys winning at home. You know, it makes sense. Fortunately, I won't be able to make the tailgate this week because I do work on Mondays, and by the time I get down there, the tailgate's probably going to be over. So I'm not going to be at tailgate, but I hope you guys are there. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot of fun, a lot of H. But then, last but certainly never least, it's them boys against them Bolts, against them Chargers. The LA Chargers. In LA, their first home game of this year. I just don't think, again, I'm not, obviously I'm a pretty biased person with the Broncos. I don't know if you can tell. I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, we lost to them twice last year. First game of the year, we lost to them because Pastor 10 got hurt the first play of the game. That's what I believe. And I think Pastor 10 and the defense, the way they looked against the Colts, they are coming in this game so much more fired up that next week we're going to be talking about, oh, snap. Maybe the Colts are better than we think, you know? And then the Broncos are back on track. So I got the Broncos beating the Chargers here. Justin Herbert's playing out of his mind this year. You know, he's doing very good, doing very well. Their defense is looking solid, very good. I mean, but I just don't see us having a problem with them. I think we're going to get the W here. Denver Broncos going into LA. We're going for the sweep this year. Obviously, we do that every year, but I think this is where we turn around our season. We go win this week, and then we beat the Bengals next week, and then we play the Eagles, and I'm excited for the Eagles. But that's enough of me yapping. Miller Latte. Thank you guys for joining.